Was just over 3 years ago, I started on a fitness journey. I first registered at Planet Fitness, ended up choosing an LA Fitness. This is both when I was in Coral Springs. It's been just over 3 years, and I've made tremendous progress, got much healthier, much better cardio fitness. I got much better strength and muscle mass. I'm not strong. I've got friends who bench a lot more than I do. I don't compare myself to other people. I compare myself to how I was before, and I've made a lot of improvements. I'm actually heavier, but I have a lot more muscle mass. Still have the challenge of reducing belly fat and reducing my body fat percentage, but my cardio fitness continues to improve. I made really dramatic improvements in my cardio fitness just in the last few months. I've made continuous improvement in my strength and my muscle mass to the point where now I'm like deciding maybe that's enough and I need to work more on cardio fitness and mobility. But I wanted to get this message to people who aren't working on it yet, and particularly people 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. What's the issue? What's the goal? For me, I'm 58 years old now. I was 55 when I started this journey, and I decided, when I'm 80, I want to be healthy. I am hoping to have children again. I'm working on that. That's a story for another day, but I'm now married. We're trying to have children. Hopefully, we'll have children. What kind of shape do I want to be in when our children are 15 years old or our children are 20 years old? Do I want to be able to continue to help them as they grow up, or do I want them to need to help me? That's the thinking. And the thinking is, if I get in shape, if I improve my cardio fitness, if I improve my strength, then when I'm 80, like today, I can sprint up 3 flights of stairs without breathing hard. I have the strength, I have the cardio fitness to go. When I'm 80, will I be able to walk up those stairs? When I get up out of a chair, will I be able to get up out of a chair without assistance? If my children have children, if I have grandchildren, will I be able to pick them up? These are things I want to be able to do. I don't want to put myself in a situation where my wife or my children have to take care of me. So that journey has been primarily about fitness, about going to gyms, doing cardio fitness, about going to strength training, done a lot of different things. I'm constantly changing my workout, trying to figure out what's right for me. And what's right for me isn't necessarily right for you. And what's right for me today wasn't right for me 6 months ago or even 2 months ago. But I'm continuing to chase, what can I do to put myself in a better position now and going forward so that when I'm 80, 20 plus years from now, I'll still be in good shape. And there's also diet. These are things that I've worked on. And my biggest message, if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, or 70s, is get started. I don't care if it's 30 minutes once a week. Ideally, it's 30 minutes twice a week, and then it grows. Now, I'm retired or effectively retired. I have as much free time as I want, and I'm at the gym like 2 hours a day, but I'm not suggesting you go to the gym 2 hours a day. What I'm suggesting is you get started. And if you do become retired, if you get to that point where you have free time, then why wouldn't you put your time into this? So, part of the idea here is just go. Get on a treadmill, get on a bike, and pedal for 10 minutes. Go to a machine and push some heavy stuff, and go easy. Start off easy. Don't push yourself too hard. And also go to a cardiologist and get checked out to make sure you're okay. Get blood work done. Make sure your blood work looks okay. If you find something that isn't right, then get it checked out. Do what you need to do to get yourself in better condition. I had a mild anemia. I started taking iron supplements. As I was working out, I noticed some deficiencies. My left hand wasn't as strong. I was having issues when I was running. I went to a physical therapist. He helped me do some exercises that improved my left arm, improved my left shoulder, improved my running, and then basically said, you don't really have to run. That's not necessarily the best exercise for you. So figure out what you need to do medically to get yourself in the right condition to be able to get something out of this. But at least go to a gym, join a gym, and go. If you can, go every day. This is part of the thing, is if you just go once in a while, you lose the commitment. For me, I committed to go every day. I don't even remember when I started going every day, but I've been going every day. I'm addicted to the gym. I don't like missing the gym. And I think part of the thing is figure out something that you like to do at the gym, because there's going to be stuff at the gym you don't like to do. Me personally, I love riding the exercise bike. Don't really like the treadmill that much. I do it a little. I'm getting better at the treadmill. There's certain kind of exercises I like to do more, certain kind of exercises I like to do less. Do the stuff you like first. If you're doing the stuff you like doing, you'll probably come back and do more. And over time, you try different exercises, you try different things, and you eventually come up with what I did, which is a balanced plan, figuring out what are the things that I need to do to give myself all around strength and all around cardio fitness so that I'm prepared for that future. A lot of this came into focus for me with a YouTuber, Dr. Peter Attia, who really helped me form these ideas about thinking about the future. He calls it the centenarian decathlon, 10 things that you want to be able to do when you're 100. And I'm not expecting to make it to 100, and he's not saying you're going to make it to 100, but the last decade of your life, do you want the last decade of your life to be sitting in a chair, unable to get out of it on your own? Or do you want to get as much as you can out of that last decade of life and maybe stretch your life a few years? This isn't a you're going to live to 150. We're not doing the Brian Johnson thing. It's can I just get a few more years of life? And can I make out of that last 10 years, can I make the last 8 or 9 of them better? Probably the last year is going to suck no matter what you do, but can you give yourself more out of life as you go along? And if you have people you care about, you're going to want to spend time with them. You're going to want to value that. For me personally, I just love life. I enjoy, I've been having fun for a long time and I just want to keep going. I just want to keep having fun. And I'm hoping to have children. My wife has nieces that I get to play with. I love my wife. I want to spend quality time with her, all that. There's a lot to gain from living a healthy life. And frankly, I think I have a healthier and happier perspective on life because I'm so healthy. And I still have missions. I'm still trying to improve my cardio fitness. I'm still trying to get maybe a little stronger, and I'm still trying to lose body fat. There's a whole bunch of things there. For me, exercise bike's the easy one. Some people might like a Strider, a stepper, or a treadmill. I don't care what it is. Do something. 10 minutes once a week, 20 minutes twice a week, as much as you can do, and start off easy and gradually do a little more. Do an extra minute, do an extra 2 minutes, raise it from level 1 to level 2. The incline, raise the incline on the treadmill or raise the tension on the bike just a little. Find bikes that you like. Go to a place that has good equipment. If the equipment's crappy, it demotivates you. If the place is too crowded, it demotivates you. Go when it's not crowded. And look, if you're an older guy like me and there's pretty girls there, look at the pretty girls. Don't expect to date them. Don't expect them to go home with you. Don't harass them. Don't stalk them. Don't do any of that. But it's not bad to take a look at a pretty girl once in a while. Whatever helps you. Maybe you meet somebody, maybe you chat, maybe you make friends. A couple of the gyms that I went to, there were like a few old guys that would hang out and shoot the breeze, and you burn 15 minutes talking to other people, and that's pleasant. You figure out what you enjoy about it and do more of that. And keep building. And this is the big thing. There's certain principles that really drive this. Number one is progressive overload. Progressive, not progressive politically, but over time, you increase what you're doing and you challenge yourself. Okay, I did 10 minutes on level 1. Let me see if I can do 12 minutes on level 1. Let me see if I can do 12 minutes. And then after you're doing 12 minutes on level 1, maybe I can do 10 minutes on level 2. Or maybe I could do 5 minutes on level 1 and 5 minutes on level 2. And just over time, gradually, this is a long run, right? Don't think I need to get this much better in 3 months. If you're 58 like me and you're thinking about 80, you got 20 years. You only need to make slight improvements every 2-3 months. If you gradually make small improvements and then you add that up over 20 years, you're doing great. So I want to celebrate like a personal accomplishment, which is cardio. I do a lot on an exercise bike. I do different types of exercise on the exercise bike. But one particular thing I do is roughly steady state, or what some people would call zone 2, zone 3, zone 4 type cardio. I do interval cardio training, which is more complicated, but I'm leaving that out. But just sort of, you're on the bike and you're going at a certain level. And in my case, I increase the level a bit. You go back 3.5 months ago, I was doing level 8 and I burned, I think it was 260 calories and my average heart rate was 132. Now, just the other day, I did the same length of time, but I started at I did a little bit longer warm up, but I did level 10, level 12, level 14, level 16. So I did a much higher intensity. I burned about 15 more calories, 271 or 275 or something like that. But my average heart rate was 119. I made so much progress. And this is just in the last 3 months. And I've been going for 3 years. And I figured out some things about what works to improve my cardio fitness to where I was able to do a more intense workout and my heart got that much more efficient that my average heart rate was 119 rather than 132, doing a more intense workout. I feel very good about that. That's good progress. And I think one of the things is you don't want to look at progress over last week because you're going to have good weeks and good days and bad days. But if you can look back 3 months, 6 months, a year, and you start to see it, and you want to track your workouts, you want to keep track. How did I do? I actually now take photos of the readout on the machine at the end of the workout and I put them in my notes. I didn't used to track my workout. I started tracking my workout. Now I see, okay, I did a little bit more weight. Okay, I did a little bit more reps. Okay, what did I do last time? Let me try to at least do that many reps and maybe I can get one more in. So I feel like all these things have made big improvements. And my muscle mass, you can do a DEXA scan or you can use a body comp scale where you hold a couple of things in your hands and it tells you, they're not perfect. None of these are perfect, but they give you a sense of how much progress am I making and where am I at. And so I'm up to almost 70 kilograms of muscle mass on a 100 kilogram body weight. I still have a fairly high body fat. 28% body fat is not ideal. As a man, I probably should be down around 20%. I'd like to at least get to 25%. And that's a whole diet thing. It's not related to exercise nearly as much as you think. It's a lot more about diet. Great cardio fitness, great strength. And okay, my next challenge is let's see if I can take off a few pounds without losing muscle mass. And like, it's not over for me. I'm continuing to work, continuing to see if I can do better. And I'm 58. I got 20 more years plus. Just keep going. And I think if you keep finding things at the gym that you enjoy doing, you'll go back. Maybe it's looking at the pretty girls. Maybe you find an exercise you like. For me, it's the challenge of just doing a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. You know, I don't flirt with anyone. I don't really talk to many people. I'm in a gym in Thailand, so there's only so many conversations I can have with so many people. But I think there's a lot of potential to improve yourself and get to a place where you're in much better physical shape. And I personally, now I can walk 27,000 steps in a day when we go to Japan. No problem. I've really gotten myself in much better shape and I'm able to do a lot more. And like I said, I can run up 3 flights of stairs, not breathing hard at 58 years old. That's pretty good. So the other big thing to talk about is nutrition. I would encourage you to follow Peter Attia, look for other YouTubers. One of the reasons I'm making this video is I feel like the vast majority of content creators who make content in this field are like bodybuilders. And they're really pushing people to optimize their strength and do this to build your muscles just a little bit more. And I do some of that, but I'm not trying to compete in bodybuilding competitions. I just want to get a little stronger. I want to get a little bit more muscle mass. I want to get a little bit more better metabolic condition. Very clear from diabetes. I'm very clear from kidney disease. All my blood work is great. But just get myself in slightly better condition here and there. One of the big things that a lot of people miss is a lot of people don't eat enough protein. So I eat a high protein diet. That might not be right for you, but if you want to build muscle mass, everything I've seen, you want to eat a high protein diet. So I personally use a whey protein supplement. I use creatine monohydrate. You should, again, talk to a doctor, get your blood work. If you have kidney disease, you probably don't want to do creatine monohydrate. You probably don't want to do a high protein diet. But if you don't have that problem, then that's a path you probably want to do. There's all kinds of benefits to creatine monohydrate. I'm not an expert on this. It's a cheap supplement. I'm not putting links to buy my version of these supplements. But if you can get a decent whey protein or other protein supplement, and you can get a decent creatine monohydrate, very inexpensive to improve the quantity of protein in your diet. And then try to cut down on carbs and try to cut down on fats. And try to manage your diet and figure out, all right, how many calories am I going to burn in a day? Can I eat a little less than that? Can I eat that much? If you want to grow muscle mass, can I eat a little bit more than that? And then for me, it's in the morning. Almost every morning I hit the gym and and that's the other thing, like I'm constantly tweaking what my workout is. Like my workout was, I've had done a whole bunch of things. Maybe I would do strength training and cardio on the same day. And then I was doing upper body push and upper body pull and then lower body and then a cardio day. And I've migrated to, my strength is pretty good. I don't feel like my strength and my muscle mass are really growing much anymore. I've kind of plateaued there. It's like, okay, well, my cardio fitness is still improving. So let me focus on that a little bit more. So I've cut down to now I'm on a 4-day path. I just literally changed my workout yesterday to now where I'm doing 1 strength day, 3 cardio days, 1 strength day, 3 cardio days. And I think that's a good workout for me. I was doing 1 strength day, 2 cardio days, 1 strength day, 2 cardio days. I had a 6-day cycle, and strength day 1 was different from strength day 2. Compound exercises versus isolation exercises. And now I'm kind of like, I'm just going to do the compound exercises and a few isolation exercises. I'm cutting back a little bit on the upper body stuff. And I found that like my flexibility has suffered a little bit. So I'm starting to do mobility exercises to try to increase my flexibility and increase my those things. And I do box. One of my favorite things right now is doing box jumps. I did box jumps today, 24 inch, 48 inch or 60 centimeter box, and I'm 2 feet tall, and I'm jumping on top of that. And you just find exercises that you enjoy that work for you that help you get there. For strength training, I generally do bar squats and an exercise called stiff leg deadlifts, which is a kind of deadlift that it focuses on your hamstrings, and there's deadlifts that I think are you do a lot of weight and strains your whole body, and I just decided that's not for me. My squats I do relatively lightweight. My deadlifts I do relatively lightweight. With the deadlifts I typically do dumbbells, and then I do some kind of press exercises. It might be bench press, incline press, shoulder press. Then I do lat pull downs where you're pulling the thing down, and rows where you're pulling the thing towards you. And I have some isolation exercises that work on specific muscles, like a lateral raise that builds up your shoulders. You figure out what you're trying to achieve. I think the 6 compound exercises I described, as you can build up to them, and like squats are kind of risky if you don't know what you're doing. So start doing squats with no weight, body weight squats. Get really comfortable with your motion on a body weight squat. Then take a 5 pound dumbbell and do it. And take 2 5 pound dumbbells and do it. Or kilograms, whatever. And at this point, I'm up to like 60 kilogram bar on my back, which is still not that big of a deal compared to a lot of people. But I'm doing relatively high reps, and I'm doing it with an explosive movement. I've got my own, what I'm working on. I've gotten to the point where my cardio fitness is so good that my legs aren't strong enough to keep up with my cardio on the exercise bike. So I changed my leg workout to increase muscle endurance rather than focus on muscle mass. You just keep playing around and keep tweaking. And I just think that for me, I enjoy playing that game, and I enjoy the benefit that I'm seeing. That my cardio fitness is getting better, my physical strength is getting better. I'm able to do more. My wife seems to think I'm a hunk. I don't know. She seems to think I look good. I still think the belly doesn't look good, but she likes the muscles. She likes the size. She's happy with me. That makes me happy. So I want to like encourage people. Go to a gym, and if it works for you, working out at home, work out at home. For me personally, I was working out at home when I first started before I joined those gyms, and I felt like I'm living in an apartment by myself or a condo by myself, and I don't really get out and see people a lot. Let me go to a gym, at least be around other people, even if I never talked to anybody. I did make some friends when I was going to gyms. I was going to that LA Fitness. I met Andre. Andre's a Tesla Model S owner. Ended up taking him a ride for the Model X Plaid. We talked about a bunch of different things. I met a guy who's a Tesla investor at the Cape Canaveral City Gym. There's some old guys at the gym in Rockledge, was it Planet Fitness in Rockledge, Florida. Different places you go, you meet different people, different ways of doing things. I think it's really good for you to get out and get that experience and exposure, and be motivated by what do you need? Do you need to be motivated by others? Can you find a workout buddy, or is there a workout group? I don't care how you do it. But all I'm saying is, if you're thinking today, I'm 40, 50, 60, 70, whatever, and in 10, 20, 30 years, this is what I want to be able to do. Start working on it now. Start building your cardio, start building your strength, start building your muscle mass, getting yourself checked out to make sure your blood chemistry's right. Get yourself checked out with a cardiologist to make sure your heart's in good condition for doing the exercise. Go to a physical therapist if you feel like something's wrong. Get that taken care of. I do some extra exercises from what the physical therapist told me like 2 years ago. I'm still doing these exercises just to make sure I've got everything in order. Keep doing that. And I think you get yourself to a brighter future. I think there's a lot of potential to have a brighter future, feel happier about yourself, feel happier about your life, and give yourself a shot at living longer, healthier. This is what I'm excited about right now. This is, I've even gone like 2.5 hours some days to the gym, right? Today was 90 minutes, but 2 hours is not unusual. And every once in a while, 2.5 hours. And if I'm going, I'm going, and I enjoy it. And chat a little bit was, it's everyone's Thai. So like, I don't speak Thai that well. So I don't really have many conversations, but, maybe smile at somebody, maybe have a little sabai mai, Sawati Kap, just is sort of saying hello to people, gives you a positive sense. Getting out of the condo and just going for a walk to the gym and back. I literally try to find a place to live that's near a gym so that it's easy for me to walk to the gym rather than hop in a car and drive into the gym, because Walking to the gym's a good warm up. Walking back from the gym's a good cool down. There's a lot of things you can do to make it work for you. Think about it. Talk to friends about it. I have conversations with Grok and ChatGPT all the time about my workouts, and this is what I'm thinking about doing. And it's a good sounding board. Talk to your friends about it. I got one particular friend that I'm always messaging back and forth about my workout and his workout, and figure out what works for you, what makes you feel better, how you're making progress. And if you can just get your cardio fitness a little bit better, if you can just get your strength a little bit better, get your muscle mass up, improve your physical condition a little bit, maybe get your fat down, life's better. It's better for you, it's better for the people around you, it's better for your future, it's better for your family. So that's my advice. I hope this is helpful, and have fun with it. Thanks, everybody.